Give me your hottest and earliest take for the 2022 NFL season.
My hottest take for this season. I don't know if it's that hot. Actually, it is. It might be crazy. Mitchell Trubisky is going to lead the Washington Commanders to the playoffs.
Yes.
I know that he hasn't signed with Washington yet, and he might not even seem like much of an upgrade over Taylor Heineke, but he is an upgrade. And we've seen him have good games in Chicago. And as we saw last season, maybe it wasn't Mitchell Trubisky that was the problem in Chicago. Maybe when they won games, it was not. It was more of in spite of the team around him. And we saw him get a year off here in Buffalo. I bet if he goes to Washington, they've got the players in place. They've got the running back tandem that can work. They've got a receiver. Maybe Curtis Samuel can come back and play well. Logan Thomas could be a top-tier tight end. And the defense is fine. Down the stretch, Washington had a very solid defense. Now, on paper, the DVOA doesn't look that great, but they were limiting points when they were healthy and not dealing with COVID outbreaks. Washington's not far away from being a playoff team. That division is not very good. All Mitchell Trubisky has to do is game manage, and they can easily find the playoffs.
You could be onto something, because I remember back around the trade deadline, like CBS Sports was reporting that the Bills were talking with the Washington football team about a trade for Trubisky there. Geoff, what's your hot take here for 2022, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be dead honest. Washington just about made my team to, sort of rise from the dead. It's just, again, we don't know the quarterback situation. I personally would love to see Mitch there, as the big comeback story. But my hot take is going to be that the Philadelphia Eagles win the division and they go to the NFC Conference Championship. I think that the NFC is extremely wide open. I think that, what you saw with Nick Sirianni, taking a team that was a little bit undervalued and just like really didn't have that big a player pool and getting them to believe in themselves to the point where they made the playoffs. Yes, they got absolutely destroyed in the playoffs, but I just think people just keep discounting the work ethic and just the overall football sense of Jalen Hurts. He's going to get better. This team is going to get better. There's rumors that they're trying to add Calvin Ridley now in free agency as well. The defense was solid at times. They can improve on that. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are the better run franchise than the Dallas Cowboys. And I think that will show next year. I think they're going to win the division, and I think they'll have a shot to go deep in the playoffs. I'm not going to go too far. I won't say that make the Super Bowl or anything. There's still potentially Aaron Rodgers and the 49ers there. But I think this NFC is absolutely wide open for a team like the Eagles to make a run. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to make a lot of people look stupid again next year.
I mean, the team's approach to the draft and free agency will definitely signal how committed they are to Jalen Hurts. Let's not forget, too, Geoff, they have 3 first-round picks this year.
Yeah. Again, I mean, they can add a lot of defensive pieces. They could add another wide receiver. I think the Eagles showed last year that they made a pretty good hire. And if they can just add some depth pieces at the important positions, I definitely think they'll challenge Dallas for the division lead anyway.